Nawajagara and Prime Minister Jonas Gahr. Let us keep those words in the back of our mind that we are probably going in the wrong direction and we need to mobilize, and this is why we are here. Let me pass straight away the floor to Phrang Roy. He's an elder from the Khasi people. He's a founding member of the coalition, and as a vice president of IFA, he has been an indigenous leader that has been a reference to all of us here in Rome. Over to you, Phrang.
Excellencies and friends, on this stock-taking moment, it is important to remind ourselves that we live in a world that is obsessed in feeding ourselves. We have plowed large tracts of our planet, damaging our soils, and the trillions of microbes beneath us that work together to create such complex life forms that only now we're beginning to understand how little we know. We have deforested large areas of our landscapes, killing wildlife and spreading desertification. We have poisoned our rivers and oceans. And we continue to use fossil fuel despite the current climate breakdown. And we have done all this in the name of feeding ourselves. Yet, millions go hungry every day. I belong to an indigenous matriarchal community of Northeast India, which follows a value system very different from mainstream thinking. Every day, when a meal is prepared, a handful of rice is kept aside to share with unexpected visitors or community members in need. When a child is born, the umbilical cord of the newborn is tied to a tree to signify our bonding with Mother Earth. For us indigenous peoples, our relationship with nature is sacred, and our core values of caring, sharing, and community actions have emerged out of this relationship. We can be one of the game changers towards a more human, a more nature-positive, and more value-driven food system. Apart from our social and cultural values, indigenous people's food systems also offer some risk management initiatives at different scales. For example, the diversity of our local food systems nurture pollinators and natural pest management organisms. They help us build resilience. Our predominantly rain-fed systems do not inundate fields and produce no methane as in conventional food systems. The forests in the fallow lands have made our local food systems as inherent carbon sinks and low emitters of greenhouse gases. We work within communities to supplement school meals with nutrient-rich local wild edibles. We are supporting and seeking to characterize indigenous food systems using FAO's 10 principles of agroecology. Our early results from India and Mexico have shown that indigenous people's food system can be considered to be highly agroecological. But indigenous food systems face challenges such as political drivers and knowledge loss, as some of our own community members are drawn to the illusionary gains of extractive initiatives. Forging partnership amongst all nature-based systems is therefore very important for us. We need also to co-create together a research framework built on contemporary science and traditional wisdom, but as equal partners. We need assistance to develop, as I said earlier, a dedicated cadre of indigenous youth to scale up our best practices. We are grateful to the chair of the UN Scientific Committee of the UN Food System Summit, who in 2020 proactively encouraged indigenous peoples to document our knowledge. I also want to thank people like Dr. Shakuntala, with whom I had the opportunity to work during the action tracks, and the other scientists of the Soil Coalition, especially Dr. Ratanlal and Leanne, who are interested in helping our work. We need to be acknowledged that we are a people like yourself. Because when you consider someone less than you, as it happened to us historically, it's easy to ignore them and it's easy to do nasty things to them. But then we cannot learn from each other, even if our future depends only on that. Let me end with a quote from Pope Francis in his encyclical Laudato Si. Indigenous peoples are not merely one minority amongst others, but should be the principal dialogue partners. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Phrang, and thank you so much for quoting the Pope, who has been a supporter of indigenous peoples for a long time. And you pass straight away to Tanya.